So it's a beautiful spring day, and I have one problem. I have all my extension cords. I need to build some sort of stand for it or something. And I found an old piece of from a summer house I had once, and I have this from the chimney left over. So if I cut these ones off and get rid of this one, and I can screw this on the wall, so I have a perfect holder for my extension cords.
Good morning from beautiful Kansas City. It's morning time here. I'm drinking coffee. Nighttime in Finland, so I'm sure Stefan's already on to the cold adult beverages, whatever they may be. Last night I was sharpening some of my pocket knives. I have sort of a love affair with knives and blades and different things that I've developed over the years. When I was a very young kid, one of my first knives that my grandfather bought me was this Schrade. Used to carry it on my belt all the time, and we'd cut hay bale twine with it. And then I was working on this beautiful blade that Daniel Casey made of Casey Arms in Romance, Arkansas. He's a good friend of mine. We became really good friends when we were working on a TV show called Iron and Fire. That was a couple of years ago on the History Channel. We had one season, which was fantastic. But this is a Damascus steel blade that Daniel made, I believe, from the leaf spring of an old Chevy pickup. And then I had Chad Johnson, a guy down in Florida, make this beautiful leather shark-trimmed scabbard for me, or sheath. Mike Janich, a friend of mine, works for Spyderco. So here's some of the benefits of that friendship. It's a little parablade that I carry in my pocket every day. This is one of my everyday knives. And finally, this blade that Stefan gave me for my birthday. We were both born in July. There's a man named Tuomo who's passed away since, but he lived across the lake from Stefan on Stefan's lake house. This is a classic Finnish, I think kind of a fisherman's knife. I guess, I don't know, but it's neat. It's got some reindeer antler in the detail there, and sterling silver on the butt plate there, and it's a really neat fixed blade. So I was thinking, it'd be cool to be able to carry this, but the sheath that the traditional Finnish sheath comes with this sort of situation, so it just hangs off your belt and sort of dangles, and it's like when it's doing that, it's sort of hard to get it out of the sheath and use it. And I'm like, well, I keep this sharp and I keep it around, and I take it with me when I visit Stefan, and we use it there for camping and whatever it is we're doing. But I thought, I wonder if I retrofit this a bit and made it a horizontal carry, so that I could carry it on my belt in the horizontal position so that it's easy to pull out and use and then put back in, and it wouldn't be swinging around on my belt all the time. So I came up with that idea as I was sharpening this blade last night. And I came out to the shop this morning, beautiful spring morning, and I got to looking at the spare parts that I have laying around in my toolbox. I found some old clips off of Kydex gun holsters that I've replaced or changed out to a different sort of setup in time, and I found these really cool, I think they're some sort of, it doesn't feel quite like leather, it's like almost nylon or something. But these loops would be perfect to adapt to this sheath. To hopefully I can figure a way to attach them here, and then I can carry this blade with me on my belt horizontally and have it where it's actually usable, more usable anyway. So that's my project this morning. I don't know what Stefan's working on today in his shop. I know he's been traveling some. But this is modern homesteading, real modern homesteading, because I'm sitting in Kansas City with a 2 million population in the metro. Stefan's on 7 acres on a lake in the middle of nowhere, Finland, central Finland. And Wrangler Stars in Montana or Utah or somewhere on a huge thing. So these guys are homesteading in different sort of magnitudes. I'm homesteading in the city, in my little 10 by 12 shop here. And it's all good, man. So let's get started. Let's see if we can make this sheath actually work better for me.
So basically I want to cut these off, but this is stainless steel, so maybe I clamp this for a second, it doesn't wobble around. That's done. I don't know how to. If you basically if you grind stainless steel, because this is stainless steel, I know, and I would like to weld these little things on it. I found it in the trash place. It's like these old blacksmith thingies. I would like to weld them on there. It's like a holding thingy so they don't drop off. So I don't know what the difference between welding stainless steel and wrought iron or whatever metal that is. So let me try to cut this off and we go from there.
All right, well, let's see what we can come up with. So first we need to undo this old fisherman's knot strap thingy bob here and remove that. And it looks like it just so happens that this slot now that's left from where Tuomo, the guy who made this knife, and the sheath, and there's his, I don't know if you can see his initials there, TK, Tuomo. I don't know his last name, but he was a really nice guy. I got to meet him when Stefan bought this knife from him for me. As I mentioned, for my birthday several summers ago. But anyway, it looks like this slot is going to be almost perfect for the modern Kydex strap that we want to add to make this horizontal. So I need something to get a hold of that and pull. Let's see, I'll grab some pliers here and boom, look at that. Perfect fit. Perfect fit. Couldn't have asked for better. So now we will just attach the snap back to this other side of the strap, and then we have one loop done already, almost like it was made to be there for us. And then we have one loop, and then I think I need to add one more further down here to make the knife like ride perfectly horizontal on my belt. So we'll have to cut another slot just like this one down low and fish that through and make the snap work. So we don't want to go too far down into the sheath, I think, to get this second strap on. I think we want to be about right there. There's a piece of hard plastic that Tuomo has incorporated in here so that when the blade goes in, it fits snug. So I don't want to get into this piece of hard plastic that's in there. I want to make my slot about here, I think. Careful not to cut into the fine craftsmanship threads here that Tuomo has sewn. Yep, just got through there. Just made it through this really nice, tough leather. I hate to kind of saw on this, but I guess life's all about customization, right? Make it fit for what's good for you. And I thought about trying to find a blades or a custom leather craftsman guy to make me one, to make me a sheath that would fit perfectly for this usage. But then I thought, you know what? Why not use what it was made with? This blade was born to be in this sheath. So I'm just gonna make it so it works for me. Well, now that part's done. Let's see if we can fish this strap through. Really is thick, nice leather. screwdriver. All right. Oh, there it goes. Awesome. All right. The end is in. Now we just have to figure out how to fish it back out from the other side here. Woohoo! I'll tell you, this is one of the handiest tools in my toolbox. I use this thing all the time for different things. You wouldn't think. It's just a tiny little hook, but I use it all the time. There it is. Come on through there, baby. There it is. Oh, we got it without destroying it. Perfect. Tight fit, which is what we want. All right. Great. Awesome. Man, this is going to be so cool. I will use this knife so much more. Now we just have to put the snaps on the back side of these and make it happen.
So the question was, can you weld a stainless steel and old metal together? I don't know. I will try. Would be fun to do, and then I can maybe paint them a little bit, sand them and paint them in black and put them on that wall over there. And I can hang all my extension cords there for that. Matter of fact, it will be out of my way because it's right now it's on the floor. Here they are. They're hanging on my bolts motor card, and they always fall over, so I need to get rid of them. So I think this is the time to do it. And here it is, but look at the weather again. Oops, ouch. Look, I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, peace and quiet. I love it. It's really time for the summer.
All right, so the snap part that goes in there needs to have a little bolt that's countersunk so that it fits in there and and allows the snap to be operable. For some reason, all the snaps that I have left over from this gum holster are not the right ones. But I dug around in my bolt bin, and I love these little magnetic bolts for when you're working with small bolts and nuts and stuff. And I found some, they're actually sheet metal screws, but they do work in the part that receives the bolt that comes on the back side of the snap. Can you see that or not? Yeah. So that goes in the back side. Then there's a rubber grommet, and then I'm going to use this sheet metal screw and some Loctite to keep it in there. And I'm going to have to file off the back side of this so it's not pointy, but I think it's going to work out just fine. So a bit more retrofitting to make this work, but I think we're going to be good. So let's see what happens here. Actually, I forgot the Loctite, so let's take this back out. We want this to be on there good. Loctite, always a good thing. And as I mentioned, this is going to stick out here, but with a little filing and sanding, we make that down smooth and flush. It'll be no problem, and the snaps function properly. Oh man, awesome. This is going to be so amazing for me. So now just a little bit of filing and sanding on these screws, sheet metal screws that are holding the snaps in place, since we didn't have a good enough or a small enough flat-headed bolt. Perfect. All right, let's fire up the belt sander.
So I'm now trying to weld this on, so hopefully it works. And here are the pieces. This is the old thingy I got from Bulkinen. It's one part, and here's the second part. So I'm gonna try to weld those on, and we'll see if it works out. So have a look. So I ground it off a little bit. I hope it will stick a little better. We'll see. So here we go.
Alright, so here we go. We've taken the nip off of there. See if we can sand that down flat. See if the vibration ruins the camera shot here. So there we have it. I got a little close with the grinder on this strap here. Now that I know that, I might have to come up with a couple of new straps, but I still think it's good and solid. It's not going anywhere off my belt, so I'm going to use it in the meantime. Yeah, so a toast to all my friends who are knife makers. I'm obviously not, but I do love knives, and I always use knives daily. It's good to have a sharp blade with you. This is a toast out to Wes. He's a guy I found on social media. He makes blades, I think up in Minnesota or somewhere. Daniel Casey at Casey Arms, and my good friend Mike Janich from Spyderco, and also from Marshall Blade Concepts. So anyway, you guys are my inspiration. Thanks for watching. Let's go see what Stefan's up to.
One goes to the right side. Put him here. It's again when you're alone. It's just a show. Yeah, and the screw top. Top first one. Out. And number 2. Again, other stuff from your shelves, and you build something new, which makes really sense. Here we are, extension cords. I need all the time. So here's one set, and here's the other one. How about that? Awesome. That's good. Again, something used up. Another project over. And now the spring can come. I'm super excited. See you soon. Like, subscribe, and comment. Well, just don't comment on my projects, please. I'm ashamed enough. Thank you.
Well, it's definitely already spring here in Kansas City. Spring's on the way in Finland. We are 2 shops, 5,000 miles apart. And we're retrofitting stuff, making old stuff new again. So it always feels good to give something a new life. Thanks for watching. See you next time.